Hi guys, coming to you live on Sunday night. Today is actually the 2nd of April, and wanted to do Zoom tonight, but I know a lot of us weren't available at the same time, so I thought I would just quickly go through what I do and what I'm going to do for my schedule for this month so that you guys can see and hop on board when and where you need to, and also to get some ideas to fill in the calendar for your month. All right, so just to kind of give you an idea, we're actually at the tail end here. This was from March. So I haven't redone this yet, but typically what I do is each month I decide, what it is that I'm inviting to for that week. So I like to rotate what I'm always inviting to something, because that always gives us something to focus on when we're talking to people. You can chat, and then whatever you're inviting to is your message. So you do that form, and the M is where you get to message. So I'm actually starting a challenge group tomorrow. So I've been inviting, and I'll keep working with the people that I've been inviting but have not finished up with. I'll obviously keep chatting with them because they could certainly get started at the beginning of our group and jump in, but just a little bit late. However, I usually like to do the week after I start a challenge group, I like to start a free group the next week. And actually, I have not decided yet what I want to do my free group on for this month. I might look back over my free groups of the past and decide to do one similar to one that I've done before. I might do something all new. I have a group that I did last month, and then a couple weeks before that. I've been trying to run at least 2 free groups a month. So I kind of alternate when I do my invites. So I try to do a call to action post on both Sunday night tonight and on Thursday night. So on Sunday night, a lot of times my call to action is for coaching. Not every Sunday night all month long, but a lot of times on Sunday it's for coaching, for the opportunity. And then this week, if I'm going to be inviting to my free group, which is going to start next Monday. So over the next couple of days, I'm going to be wrapping up the conversations that I've been having to find out whether people that I've been chatting with that didn't join yet as of tonight, but I'm still chatting with and forming relationships with and having combos with, find out if they really want to get into this group or if they're not at a place that they're ready at. And then if I do a free group call to action, I could either do it tonight or Thursday. And really, guys, you can do these any night of the week. I do think that most call to actions, a great time to do them is at night, because I think a lot more eyes get on your page. During the day, obviously, people that are like me, if they work with their kids at home and they're a stay-at-home, or if they work somewhere, they may have time during the day to scroll a little bit on breaks or whatever. But for the most part, people check their Facebook feed either early in the morning or late at night, and also their Instagram or any other social media form that you're using. So my plan is to do my call to action post on Thursday, decide what my free group is going to be by Thursday, and create my call to action post on Thursday so that I can post it on Thursday night, 5, 6 o'clock, even later. You don't want to go too late because you want people to be able to see it before you get in there and put your morning post up the next day. Then my free group will start on Monday, and I'll be running my free group next week. That being said, while I'm running my free group, I still need to be chatting with people and inviting. So I typically go back to, and for this I just started changing the dates. I'll show you guys here. I'm not really going to change the order of how I've been doing things, but what's happening. So I started to change. Today is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th. We're going up. Okay, so next week is going to be my free group. All right, and so you can see this week I'm inviting to my free group, and I'm doing my call to action for my free group on Thursday, and I do a coaching call to action usually on Sundays, but this may also be my free group, maybe one last call to action next Sunday if I don't have a lot of interest. And then obviously starting and running my free group. But when I'm inviting next week, I'm going to be inviting to my next challenge group again, which I will decide whether it's going to start the week of, let's see, 15. So the next week after that is going to be Monday the 17th. And Easter is on the 16th. So the 17th may actually be a really good day to start a challenge group. The only downfall was starting it on the 17th because people are going to feel like, oh, they ate too much Easter candy or, too much at their Easter meal, and they know they're getting closer to spring and summer, that sunny weather where they're going to be outside wearing dresses and shorts and, bathing suits. And so it may be a good day to start it on the 17th, but I could also wait and have that whole week after Easter when it's a really good time to be chatting with people, to be inviting them to my next challenge group, and I could start it on the 24th is the next Monday. All right, so that is just something that I need to decide. So you could decide that for you too. You just kind of have to plan out what you're going to do for the whole month and what you're going to be inviting to. If you're going to do a free group, you have to think about what you want the free group to be. And you have to start preparing some of your info for it. So obviously this week, once I decide what my free group is, then I can start gathering information in order to offer value to the people that I'm offering, that I'm doing the free group for, so that I'm offering some value. 27, there's only 30 days in April, so the 30th is actually on a Sunday, and May is going to start on a Monday, if I counted right. So, all right. So then the week after that, so what I typically do is 1 week I'm inviting to a challenge group. Then the next week I'm inviting to a free group. Then the next week after that, I'm either inviting to my challenge group again, or I can invite to a coaching opportunity. So the reason that I wanted to do a Zoom with you guys tonight was I wanted to work out some of the details of what would work with your schedule as well if we're going to do a coaching sneak peek again. I did really like that we did it on a Thursday night. For me, that worked really well. So I'm going to schedule that in and plan to do it at that time. But it's still going to be a couple weeks out. I do like to do it on the third Thursday. So the coaching sneak peek, that the third Thursday is actually going to be the 20th. You'll see that on here. It's going to be the 20th of this month. So for now, I'm going to leave that there because I would like to do that. I think it went really well last month, and I would love to do it there again. So basically just kind of giving you an idea of what we're inviting to each week, just so you always feel like you're inviting to something. And it's also changing it up, in your conversations, like what you're inviting to. Because if you're not starting another challenge group until, the end of the month, you feel like I don't have anything to invite to until you get to the last minute. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I need to invite. And you try to do it all in the last week. And I don't think that that's a very effective way to get things done. Certainly, if you've been inviting somebody to something else and they want to jump in your challenge group, I personally always stick them in, even if it's the middle, if they want to get started. I do often give them the option, but most of the time when people join, they're ready to get going as soon as possible, because they're like, no, I'm ready, I need to make a change, and I need to do it now. So if they bought it, today, I would be like, okay, you're jumping in my challenge tomorrow. And then, even if their shakes aren't coming for another week, I like to get them in there so that they can be working out. If possible, I like to get them some Shakeology. If they're like, yeah, I'd love to get some. Or, if they're like, no, really, it's fine. Like, I can just get it in a week because it'll be there in 5 to 7 days. So this was just to give you guys an idea of like how I set it up and what I do. So far this month, it looks like I'm inviting to a free group most of this week. I'll be inviting to a challenge group next week, which I have to decide whether it's going to start on the 17th right after Easter or the 24th. And once I talk to some of you guys, that may make a difference. And then the week after that, I'll be inviting to the coaching opportunity because I'm planning to do that on the 20th, Thursday, April 20th. Probably do it at 9 p.m. And then the next Monday would actually be ideal for the challenge group to start, which would be the 24th. I do think all of the coaches that I've heard that had early on success with their business started challenge groups twice a month, And it doesn't mean start a whole new group, you guys. The way things are going right now, we can just roll our groups over from month to month and keep them going. So basically just you're getting those people in there and getting them started, and then they're just jumping in with check-ins with everybody else and follow up and everything with everybody else who's already in there and working hard. All right. So yeah, and so then with free group, challenge group, coaching opportunity, and then I usually go back to inviting to my challenge group. So typically in a month, if a month had 4 weeks, I'm going to be inviting 1 week to a free group that's going to happen the following week from when I'm inviting. I usually invite at least 2 weeks to a challenge group, but they're usually not side by side. I usually invite to the coaching opportunity in between, and I try to invite to the coaching opportunity not too far in advance, because that's one of those things where people are like, I don't know what I'm doing next Thursday type of thing. But if it's this Thursday, they'll know what they're going to be doing. So I think that the free group and the coaching opportunity kind of are better to invite the week right before. And the challenge group, you can invite that a couple weeks before you can start talking about that. And obviously this isn't exclusive, guys. I mean, if I'm talking to somebody and they're really interested in my challenge group, but it's my free group invite week, I'm not going to not invite them to my challenge group. Absolutely, I'm going to. Or vice versa. They're like, oh, I love that last free group we did. Or I saw you advertise about the free group and my free group's over. I'm still going to talk to them maybe about, what happened in the free group, or add them in later if they want to check out some of the info. Or maybe start chatting with them about my next challenge group if I don't have the next free group laid out and set up yet. Okay, so guys, that's it. I just wanted to come on and talk to you a little bit about how I organize my month and what I do, so that hopefully this gave you some information that you may like, and you may want to do it like this, or you can take it and of course you can do it the way that you do it as well, or integrate maybe a little bit of both. Thanks guys. Have a great night. It was great to talk with you.